Hi, welcome back. I'm Ryan Kime, emergency physician and holistic nutritionist. I focus on helping people with their gut health so they can live their best life. And in today's episode, I just want to provide value. I want to have an open discussion and offer some of what I think are some of the frequently asked questions, both about me, my coaching program, and gut health. So here we go. Let's just dive in. I have about 30, 35 questions. Let's see if we can get through them. And please feel free to add to the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you have and look forward to your comments. Thanks again. So, why does this topic matter? Well, I think one of the biggest reasons people struggle with holistic nutrition is they're confused. And it's the science, what to eat, who to trust, where to start. I hear the same questions kind of over and over. And that's why I designed this program. And that's why I put my focus right on the beginners, because I think I can make the biggest impact, both a perspective of having practiced medicine for 20 years and then having trained as a nutritionist and practice as a nutritionist. I can see both sides of the aisle and where it's going to help you best. Here's a quick win. If you don't know where to begin, start by adding one gut-friendly food to every meal. How about some sauerkraut, chia seeds? Can you do some cruciferous vegetables? What about some bone broth? These small upgrades will make big difference over time. But what is one thing out in the chat that confuses you about nutrition? If you were going to adjust your diet and go to at least 80% whole foods, which is my goal, what is the biggest challenge you have? Well, let's get started. What do I do as a gut coach? Well, I actually take you step by step through the process of developing a holistic nutrition program and the lifestyle shifts that go with it. I offer recipes, shopping lists, preps, kitchen upgrades, motivational support, resources, weekly call ins, daily progress trackers, and I customize the program to you. I do a weekly topic and I have a bank of about 25 standard topics I think are vital, complementary to your program, and then we pick from those and you design your own coaching program. What's the first thing I should do for gut health? I think just start eating real food. Start eating whole foods. There's a number of changes that are going to happen here. Not only will you get nutrient dense energy for your body, you'll also start to change your taste. Uh, there are addictive chemicals in many of the artificial ingredients that are added to fast foods or processed foods. And getting rid of that and getting rid of some of the sugar, your taste buds will change and they will eventually adjust. A strawberry will taste overwhelmingly juicy, fruitful, delicious, like you've never had before if you haven't had sugar for a while. So things change, and this is why I'd like to see there more of an evolution than a switch. I think a switch of everything can be done, has been done, has been successful, but it's just really hard. I think there'd be better chance of success if things were done in an evolution and what your body was able to tolerate. How long does it take for the gut to heal? I think most clients start to feel better within 2 weeks. But depending on how dense and how clogged your lymphatic system is and how sick your colon is, it could be up to 6 months, potentially even rare cases up to a year. Yeah. But again, we're not looking to fix the the gut in the sense that it gets an oil change and then we go back out. It's really fixing the gut and a pivot in the lifestyle which will sustain a healthy gut. Because if we try to fix the gut and then go back to ways that we're making the gut damaged, we'll never be successful. What causes bloating? Bloating typically comes from a combination of factors, but it's really uh, dysbiosis. It's a unhealthy imbalance of the gut microorganisms that don't allow you to digest the food properly. It causes different chemical reactions in your gut, causes the bad bacteria to overgrow, causes a gas, and also slows down the peristalsis, the movement of the food in the gut, which causes distension and bloating. Do I have to give up on my favorite foods? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think we want to take a look at what your favorite foods are and make sure you're not nuking yourself with the small margin that we take off of the whole foods, but absolutely not. You'll see how the energy changes and you'll be motivated to have more healthy choices. When you want ice cream, you want pizza, you want pasta, absolutely you can do it. I think it's just in moderation and understanding what it does to your body and how potentially you can upgrade some of those ingredients. For instance, I used to love chips and salsa. That was fantastic. I like the salt after skiing or maybe a beer. Talk about terrible gut health. Baked in canola oil, right? Fried in canola oil with like flour and unriched with gluten in there. No way, right? And then you have like the salsa that's not organic and maybe have some preservatives in there because it's coming out of a jar. Absolutely not. So what I started to do instead of making a finite switch is I made an evolution. I liked it. I was addicted to those flavors, but I said, you know what? I got to get healthier. So I'm eating a ton of this. Let's start by moving the chips. So initially I tried some like rice chips and then I got to no grain chips and then I upgraded the salsa to more organic and I started making some of my own salsa and some pico de gallo. And that just started to taste better. It was an evolution over several months, maybe 6 months. And then eventually I got to, I didn't even really need it. And now I have it every once in a while when I choose, but it wasn't like I was having it nearly every day like I had before. And it was that evolution that I saw that made success for me. So, can you have your favorite foods? You bet you can. Should I take a probiotic? Yes, absolutely. Think of it as part of a vital nutrient for your body. Probiotics are the fermented foods that have all the live good bacteria that you want to colonate in your intestines, right? So, kimchi, miso, tempeh,